I feel like this show needs a catchphrase, and I'm kind of tempted to just have it be "my dick."
Knew it.
Welcome to Black Oni Podcast, my dick. Black Oni. Yes.
Penis right now.
Penis jokes are never not funny.
That's true, actually.
Well, does everyone know that story of where that even came from?
I don't know if everyone knows that story.
Did Jordan ever tell you?
He told me, and it was fucking great.
Oh my gosh! Well, I wasn't there for it, but I worked there. It was at the Kellogg's Lancaster plant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna have to bleep that out later. But we're working late shift. If you hit two buttons on your phone, you can talk into it, and the entire plant hears you.
Wow.
So one night, late at night, his buddy Chris just picked up the phone, dialed it, and said, "My dick," and then hung up really quickly. It went throughout the whole plant, so everyone just starts laughing throughout the whole place. But it just kept going. Whenever he would see Jordan or me, he would just say it, and we would just start cracking up instantly.
That is fantastic.
And it spread beyond that onto online gameplay. That's what we always say during rounds now too.
Skype needs to cut that shit out. It's always something.
We should all get an Xbox One. It'll make this shit much easier.
$500 so that we can Skype. Sounds logical, right?
Gosh, I don't want to blow up on them yet. That's not till later in the conversation. But yeah, I have some choice words from Microsoft.
What do you say, Dan?
The choice words.
Yeah,
Fine. Because the internet.
Yo.
Whoa.
Yo.
Nice. That was quick.
Yeah, I grabbed the iPad. Dude, I have no clue what happened, man. That fucking pisses me off. That was a new computer.
It was new?
Yeah.
Holy.
Wait. What version of Windows? Was it the new one? Was it Windows 8?
Chris?
Oh, there we go. I plugged in the headset.
Oh, okay. Was it Windows 8 or was it Windows 7?
Sorry, bud, what'd you say?
What Windows version is it?
It was Windows 8.
Damn. Yeah. That is awful. All right, so welcome to the Black Oni Podcast. I am your host, JBlaze06. This is episode 6, and I'm joined by your homie D.
What's up?
Mr. Yarger, who is a blank screen right now because his computer completely fucked up on him while he was on a call. And Soil, a.k.a. Soad. Or Sode.
What's up?
And I'm very happy to be doing another episode of this podcast because it's been 2 weeks since our last one, and a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. So we are going to just jump right into this. I'm going to bring up the agenda, because that's how you say it now, gender.
Gender.
Mm-hmm.
You have to choose your sexuality or something?
Something like that.
Sure.
All right, so shout out to Mr. Yarger for this one. We live in a current era in which video games and movies are constantly being remade and rebooted. So which current gen game would you like to see unbooted and revised as an 8-bit classic?
Awkward silence.
That was a good question.
Well, I had one earlier, but I was waiting for someone else to go first.
You go first, man.
Well, it's not there. It's been what, 2 other games have spawned after it in the trilogy here.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could unboot a game, I'd like it to be Max Payne.
Really?
To just kind of make it old school, to be able to slow dive in slow motion, except be shooting square bullets. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool.
Top-down shooters.
Kind of, yeah. If they could do it that way, or one of those disjointed angles, but still third person. But retro style, but still gritty and just dark, like Max Payne was. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Dark as fuck. That's a good one. I haven't even thought about that one.
Neither did I. I was gonna say my personal, what I would do would be Darksiders.
Huh.
You know, it's got like that mix of Zelda and like God of War. I think it'd be awesome, like a top-down, kind of like his old, I don't know, original Zelda.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, because I have Darksiders 1. I'm not installed on my PS3 anymore, but I had it as part of the PlayStation Plus membership. You get it for free. I was like, why wouldn't I get this? And then I haven't played it yet. I was like, I have so many games I still haven't touched.
Man, it's really good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's worth a playthrough. I haven't played the sequel, but the first one was pretty good.
Nice.
I think I'd like to see Monster Hunter as like an 8-bit RPG type of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it would be.
Monster Hunter in 8-bit.
Yeah, turn-based or something. I think that'd be kind of legit. Yeah, going back to roots and stuff.
I was gonna say Metal Gear, but it's already been in 8-bit, so it doesn't even apply to that anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's been. So I don't know. I would say maybe Onimusha. I would love to see what they do with an 8-bit version of Onimusha.
That'd be kind of insane.
That would be so insane.
You probably shooting arrows the whole time, though.
You say what?
Shooting arrows the whole time? Yeah.
Every time you get close, you just get hit every time. You'd be like, what the hell? What do I do?
Guided, like the Nintendo version.
Do a counterattack, and then it just looks the little pixels.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Oh, man. Okay, so again, like I said before, a lot of stuff has happened within the last 2 weeks, and there's a lot of stuff we can touch on. You guys can interject at any time with whatever you want to put in there. I have no problem with that. But for the gaming section, we originally did, the icebreaker, the icebreaker. I have to do that every time. Now we're going on to gaming. The first thing we'll do is quick review of one game that you've been playing recently, on a scale of pass, rent, buy, and must buy. Try not to repeat what someone else said, so I'll let you guys go first, because I could obviously say one of the games I'm sure someone's going to mention, but I'm going to leave that to you guys. But yeah, I'll let you guys figure out who to go first, because there's a lot of games that have been coming out lately that are really good, but I know the one that we've all been playing.
Yeah.
For maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Yarger, you go first.
Oh, I guess everybody knows I'm playing The Last of Us, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
Yeah, like I've been splitting my time though between that and Xenogears.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna just throw it for a loop, and I'll say Xenogears. I've been probably put more time into that this week than Last of Us.
Really? What is that on PS3?
PS1.
Oh,
I actually
you released that for PS3 or something?
No, I downloaded it PSN, and then I borrowed my brother-in-law's PSP. So
that's pretty legit.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time. But yeah, I've been playing that quite a bit. I'd say $5.99 download, go for it.
Nice. So we're going for a buy for Xenogears.
Yeah, why not? It's nice. It's long. It's a good time.
I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I was gonna say.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Like my dick.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say, definitely. He says that he's in his PJs.
I am.
I am too. Fuck that. It is hot, and it is early/not early because it's 12 p.m. All right. So, Dan, let's hear it. He's playing Animal Crossing, so he's like, what?
Recently, I've been playing Animal Crossing, but I decided I needed something with more excitement. So I went back and I revisited The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, which is a crazy hard game. If you're not familiar with it, it's like basically The Elder Scrolls 2. So it's all like pixelated and super blocky, and it really made me appreciate Skyrim for what it is. So I would say that my new game, or my old new game right now, is Skyrim with the expansion Dawnguard, which is a crazy, super big, There's a lot to do. 2 dragons come at you at once from under the water. Not to spoil it for anybody, but it's good. It's really good. So I would say if you haven't already, buy Skyrim with all the expansions for it.
Wait, is that on PS3?
Yeah, it is. It's on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC.
All right. I am echoing through someone's
Yes, you are.
What the hell's going on?
I got a headset on, so.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Whatever. Whatever happened. But yeah, I love Skyrim. I just popped that in the other day and started playing it. And like I'm playing was it Dragonborn DLC right now? And like I was running around like for some reason, like every time I was moving forward, my character was like skipping a little bit, like rubber banding a little bit. I'm like, I'm not even online. What the fuck is going on here? Like, am I lagging offline? What? Say it again. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Are you playing it on PS?
I am.
Yeah, the PS3 one has like a bunch of glitches in it and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I'm playing it. I had it on PS3 before, but I have it on PC now, and it's fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah,
but felt like Dragonborn was like too short, but Dawnguard really like it's got meat in it. It's really good. Yeah.
It's like some good chili.
I was last working through Dragonborn.
You said what?
The last one I was working through was Dragonborn. I haven't got to Dawnguard yet.
I hadn't gotten to it either yet.
I tell you though, the Skyrim DLC, man, that's DLC done right, man. That packs on so much.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they know how to. I mean, aside from the problems that we've had with the PS3 versions not releasing it at all.
Yeah.
They've been pretty legit, and like there's so much content in that game that I'm still discovering shit that I haven't seen. And the game came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm still discovering shit that I did not ever see. I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize it was a whole fucking mini village over here.
Oh.
The cool thing about PC version is that there's all these mods for it, so you can keep discovering things.
Nice. Nice.
So,
there's all these mods, so you can increase the graphics fidelity if you want to, and like you can play as Lightning if you want to.
I just like how it kind of gives you total customization of your character. Like,
right.
If you want to do magic, weapons. I mean, hell, over Christmas break, I just beat the entire game using nothing but my fists.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was pretty hardcore.
He fisted his enemies to death.
Dragons, goats, wolves, children. I punched them all. It was an epic quest.
Oh, that's gross. All right, Soil, what is your review that you'd like to do? A quick little synopsis.
Well, everyone's mentioning it, so I'll skip over it. But briefly playing The Last of Us, I've already beaten it twice, going through it a third time. So
nice.
Yeah, I love that game to death. But outside of that, I've been playing a little bit of Arkham City, but most recently Metro Last Light.
I saw you online playing that. How is that?
And it's pretty good so far. I like it. I would say that it has some technical issues like its predecessor. It's still not great, but it is fun. And I like a lot of the different things you have in the game, like your gas mask that you have to wear outside, or that you have to change filters, or that your flashlight never dies, but you do have to recharge it throughout the game too. And it's a little bit more involved for a first-person shooter, but it still has that, how did someone else say, meat to it. Like, it still feels fun. But I'd say rent, not buy so far. I mean, we already have so many other post-apocalyptic, end-of-the-world or after-the-end-of-the-world shooters out there that I'd rent it before I'd buy it.
Interesting. I thought about getting that game, and I was like, maybe I'll wait until the price drops on it before I get it. Because, like you said, there are so many games that I have not touched in a really long time. And it's like, I know that these are the games I could be playing right now, but I just can't because I have all this other stuff I wanted to play and like this stuff I wanted to do. And like The Last of Us, for example, has been taking up almost all of my online time. I will say, though, that the problem that you're experiencing with like your online gameplay not saving is ridiculous. And I
haven't tried it since the patch, though. They did release a patch earlier this week that supposedly fixed a lot of issues. I just haven't seen it fix mine yet.
Yeah, that's nuts. So for everyone who doesn't know, his progress online was not saving at all. Like he played with us like 3 times, and like each time nothing was saved. Yeah.
No, all my guns, all my perks, all my upgrades, just gone every single time, like starting fresh.
Yeah.
Oh man, you don't need any of that stuff, dude. I was going Rambo with a pistol the other day.
He was fucking people up. I'm not even gonna lie. We played me, him, Bauer, and I can't remember who else was playing with us. It might have been. Was it Hitori?
Yep, it was Hitori.
We were fucking shit up. Like, we went online, and, like, literally, Hitori and Yaga were just, like, running out, gung-ho, like, fuck you guys, blah, 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 blah. me and Bauer would sneak up on them and shiv them and, like, come from the flank, and, like, I was always sniping. So, like, I was sniping them with my silenced hunter rifle. Fucking great times.
I'm pretty sure I went 9-2 using only a 9mm pistol.
And it is so crazy when you, like, there was I don't remember if it was you playing with us or someone else, but there was someone we went against who was just, like, literally trying to rush us every time. And
it was me. It was me.
We were destroying them. They kept rushing out, and we're like, yeah, you do realize if you keep running at us, we will kill you. So they're just like, this is Call of Duty, right? And so they run out, and then they just instantly die. Like, they get shot by 3 people. And they're just like, what happened? Like, you fucking ran. Like, if you sprint on the map, you show up as a red dot on our map, so we see where you are.
That was probably one of the funnest times I had online in a long time.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
When it works, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I will say that,
exactly.
like, it's just one of those games of talking with your teammates and working together that you can be unstoppable. Yep. No one can touch you.
Yep.
But it's so much fun.
You cannot play that game unless you have a party. Because if you try to play that alone, there's some assholes running around trying to be Rambo who aren't very good at the game, just constantly die, which means you have to wait for them to respawn, which means they'll respawn near the enemy and then die again. It's like, stick together, put your headset on, and have a good time. That's all we ask.
It's very tough without a headset.
Mm-hmm, it is.
So I didn't have one when we played there that last time.
Yeah. You were still fucking shit up, though. Because you could still hear us, so you were still with us while we were playing, so it's not like, you were just, like, randomly doing some other shit.
I mean, there was times I was, like, surrounded, and I had no way to tell you guys.
Yeah. And then we saw you die. I'm like, oh, there was probably, like, 3 people there, because I'm pretty sure he would have killed the other guy.
That was a bad idea.
What was your quote? You said...
I've seen better ideas concocted by Special Olympics contestants.
He ran out. He was like, Navy SEALs, I'm running. He ran out in front of like 4 people, and they just all looked at him. He was like, oh, shit. I saw him trying to run away, and then he just died instantly.
Yeah, I got mowed down.
It was fucking awesome. We all just sat there and laughed like, well, Yarger's dead.
It's like in The Predator when Jesse Ventura had that chain gun, and he's just mowing the trees down.
Yeah.
Except I was the trees.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Dan, can you say something again?
I laughed.
Okay, your voice is coming in real low for some reason. I don't know. It was coming in. Let me turn my fan off. Maybe that's interfering with something.
Is it?
Maybe.
Nah, he's low for me, too.
Yeah, he's low for me, too.
What about now?
Okay, all right. Do I have to get like closer to my computer? Or?
I guess because you sound louder now.
Kind of like relaxing, you know. I'm on my bed.
No, fuck that.
Not really high energy today. So yeah, my bad. It's a lazy Sunday. Wake up in the late afternoon. Call
right.
To see what he's doing. Anyway.
So for my review, obviously I've been playing The Last of Us. If you it's a must buy. Just buy it. If you have a PS3, buy it. If you don't have a PS3, buy one so you can play it. It's insanely good. The online originally I had a lot of problems with because I didn't understand a lot of the stuff that was going on, and there were literally like so many intricacies within the online system. And like I played online before I beat the game too, so it was like there were so many things I didn't know about how the gameplay really worked out. Once you get the hang of it, once you start working with your teammates, it's so addictive. Like I stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning the other night, and then like 2 a.m. yesterday playing, and like I couldn't put the game down. Like I just couldn't until like my eyesight started getting blurry. I was like, well, I probably should get some sleep. Probably a good idea. But another game I wanted to talk about a little bit was Saints Row the Third.
That's free for PlayStation Plus.
Yes, it is, and it is a damn good game. It is so funny. It is so fucking hilarious. It is absurd. It doesn't make sense most of the time. Like this shit that goes on, you're just like, what? Like, there's a part where it's a side mission that you can do more of, but you have to avoid animal control while there's a tiger in the car with you, trying to keep you calm, but it's swiping at you, so you have to drive fast and not enrage the tiger, or else it'll kill you. Like, what? This game is insane.
What the fuck?
It's insane. And she's like, here, kitty, relax, it's fine. Like, if you have a second person playing with you, they'll be petting the tiger to try to calm it down. And it's like swiping at you, and it's blood gushing from your face. And it's great.
Play of that game?
Huh?
Did you make a let's play of that game?
Yeah, I did. There's one on my channel. Dude, Dan, put some headphones on.
No.
I can't hear you.
The headphones don't work on the Windows 8 side of my computer.
That is dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
That is dumb as all hell.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just bring this closer to me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, that was it. Now my face is
Just
all
need to
open.
have your face just entirely in the screen.
Dance. Hell yeah. I could do the eyebrow dances from like those the chocolate egg commercials.
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird. She was just like...
Moving on.
To gaming news. Segway. Eggway. I don't know. Latest game releases. There's a game called Dark coming out or something like that I don't really know about. So if you guys know something about it, then feel free.
Yeah, don't even bother with that game. It looks awful.
So that brings me to a great thing. Not that we're gonna talk about yet, but it's in the gaming news section or hot topic or whatever. I don't know. So Call of Duty map packs. Those are supposed to be coming to, I think 360 they got them now, and I think PS3 will get them eventually. I haven't played Call of Duty in like a month, so I feel like I am noobing it up pretty hard.
I haven't played since Black Ops.
Damn. That's not though.
It seemed like a copy paste. I mean, I even noticed like some of the sounds are carried over, like the gun firing.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't justify spending $60.
Mm-hmm. I feel you though. I got it because I do like Call of Duty a lot, but I don't think it's for everyone to keep buying the new iterations. Like Call of Duty Ghosts, I might buy it when it's on discount, but I'm not really that excited for it.
Unlike Battlefield 4, hint.
Yeah, I kind of want to get Battlefield 4 pretty bad. Actually.
Oh, it looks so good.
The Walking Dead 400 Days came out. I have played that, and it is pretty good. There is a shout out to one instance from the first season that I won't say anything about, but if you play the first season throughout and you play this, you'll see like, oh, hey, that's that person that was there. But this is supposed to be the bridge between the first season and the second season, so that you'll kind of have a backstory with the characters. And I don't know what's going to happen from here on out, because there's like, I have no idea what's going to happen, and that's kind of my only complaint, I guess, is that like there's like no sense of direction that you're in right now at the point where you're like, maybe this certain thing can start happening. You have no idea. Has anyone else played that? Have you guys played The Walking Dead, the game?
I mean, I played season 1. I loved the first season.
Yeah.
I was interested in 400 Days as that like stepping stone to the next one. I just wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up or not.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's only like $5, so I got it. I beat it within a day, but I was like, I definitely need to get this because, yeah. Deadpool came out. Yay.
Was that a good game though?
Not really.
No.
The comedy they said was really great. Like there was a few parts I saw of Angry Joe's review. Shout out to Angry Joe. He's pretty cool. He did a review and he was like, they showed a little footage of like him in a Sentinel boot, and he like Cable was there and he was trying to help him like get out of it, and Deadpool was trying to activate it. He was like, this is probably the worst idea you've ever had. He was trying to make the boot fly so that he can fly to the next area. And Deadpool's just like banging on everything and just hitting shit and just like pressing buttons. and then he just suddenly like vanishes into the air. Cable's like, really? He comes down and lands on like 2 enemies. He was like, hey, what's up, dog? I heard you like boots, so I put my boots in this boot and use this boot to stomp you.
What?
This guy is so ridiculous. There's just blood everywhere. So the comedy, from what I hear and what I see, is pretty awesome, but the gameplay looks really boring as fuck. And from what they said, the gameplay wasn't very good. So I would say if you guys are interested in Deadpool, if you're really a big fan of Deadpool, rent it or something. But I would buy it. Nolan North's doing the voice though, just like he does the voice for every other video game character.
That's like not a huge selling point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, but I might run it.
Yeah, right. Hotline Miami. A lot of people are really excited about this game, and I don't really know what the fuss is about, but I think it's one of those games where you have to like play it to really understand why it's so popular. Ride to Hell Retribution. I don't know if you guys have heard of this game.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I have.
Oh
yeah, I've heard of it.
It is so bad. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in the hot topic, but I can't believe that companies are still putting games out that are just this poor quality. Like, I cannot believe it. Like, they complain, like, oh, we're not making enough money, development costs are too high, blah, blah, blah. Stop putting out shit products. It's that easy.
Yeah, it bums me out.
Yeah, it's pretty...
I was kind of looking forward to it, because it looked like the closest thing to, like, a new-gen Road Rash.
Yeah, it sounded like a new-gen Road Rash, and it doesn't look like that at all.
Which I did see a glimpse of.
Really?
It's somewhere out there in the development world. I mean, we may or may not get to see the light of day, but it still exists. It's not dead yet.
I think it's on Kickstarter right now.
Is it?
I think I read something they were going to be going to Kickstarter to get funded.
Kickstarter is pretty legit. I got funded on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Muramasa Rebirth. I talked about being excited about that game, so hopefully one day I'll get a Vita so I can play that. Tiny Tina's Adventure in Borderlands 2 DLC.
Wait, was it Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep?
That's what it is. I just shortened it with Adventure.
Tiny Tina's Great Adventure.
That little girl Tina who's insane in the membrane. Yeah, I love Borderlands 2. It's such a good game. There's one DLC that I don't have for it yet, but it's the Torque one. I might pick it up though because apparently that one's really good. But
Bauer currently loves it. He's been playing a lot of that one in particular lately.
Yeah, he has. I played with him yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It might have been yesterday. I played with him a little bit yesterday, and we had a pretty good time playing. No, it was 2 nights ago. Never mind. I don't remember anymore. Okay. So the other bit of gaming news is Saints Row 4 gets banned from Australia because of its depictions.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Because of its depictions for drugs and the correlation with performance enhancement, and from the anal probing weapon. Now,
yeah, I saw that, and
yeah.
Also, I don't know if you caught, State of Decay was also banned from Australia for drug use.
Really?
Because he used pills and stuff to heal.
Wow, Australia, isn't that like the one country where like they used to send all the convicts to? Now they just have an establishment that is not all convicts anymore, but there's still people who were imprisoned, just chilling in Australia, just chilling.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, they can show like movies that are banned worldwide, and then they get a game that's rated M for mature, and it's banned. So
yeah, they had to take content out of the game for the Australian version, just so that they could have the game. Like, really? Is it really?
Well, they have stricter rules or policies over there, and I'm trying to remember. I thought there was a recent rule change just for their nation. So a lot of these games we're seeing going to be banned more and more. I want to say it was earlier this year, but I can't recall.
I think you're right. I think I did see an article about that, that they did change some rules around. But, I mean, like, where do we draw the line where it comes to, like, development teams taking content out of their game because there's too much censorship going on. Like, when was it okay for me to blow someone's face off but not to show some boobies? I'm just saying.
It's a good point. I mean,
I'm just saying.
You know, blowing a face off is gross, and boobies are beautiful. So it's so kind of like a, I don't know.
We're censoring beauty and encouraging gratuitous violence.
I know Left 4 Dead was banned in Australia also, and then they had to nerf it quite a bit on the gore and stuff.
That's nuts.
But they got it eventually.
It's like they could be spending these resources that they're bitching about. Oh, my kids are playing these video games that have breasts and anal probing. First of all, in order for them to get the game, you have to buy it for them. They can't. They can't work in the U.S. unless they're. I think it's like 16. You have to be able to be 16 or older to work. And even then, to buy the game, you have to be 18 or older to buy it. So someone else has to buy the game for you. So if these kids are getting these games, then the real problem isn't the games. It's how they're getting these games. Yeah, how they're getting this content. It's the parents and it's whoever's in charge of making sure that shit doesn't happen. Like,
I can still attest to it, dude. Like, I remember working at GameStop when Vice City came out, and I had a parent come in with a kid that was less than 10 years old. He was maybe 8 or 9. And I told her what was on the back about how you could have sex with prostitutes, when you did hardcore drugs, when you killed whoever you wanted, when you could shoot cops. And she was just like, yeah, well, all his friends have it, so I want him to have it too.
Sounds cool, bro.
It's just terrible.
Story, bro.
Terrible. No, but it's true, though. It's the parents' fault. I mean, it really is. Yeah. It's not... we shouldn't suffer because there are other people out there that are stupid.
Well, we technically aren't suffering. It's just those Australian kids that don't get to see the fucking
yeah.
Anal probes.
I want anal probing, damn it. No, but it's like it's one of those things though, because it comes back to the U.S. too, because it's something that I remember Biden was going to put on a campaign for looking into doing another study into like the correlation between violence in video games and violence in children. And like that is those are wasted resources on something that we already did research on it. We already proved that the correlation between the violence in acting and violence in the video games doesn't actually relate to each other. There's already substantial evidence that that's not the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It keeps coming back to it because like I feel like video games get picked on for this type of shit, and I really wish it didn't happen anymore because, especially as an artist, like some people would be like, oh yeah, like I on a video on YouTube IGN did, like, I wrote a comment about that. I got like 60 or 70 likes from people. It was like my top comment on the video, and like one guy was like, oh, so it's still okay to just run around and have people pretending that they're anal probing people. I was like, first of all, you are never going to see people running around on the streets trying to anal probe each other.
First of all, area. So, first of all,
anal probing is way too hard to do. You got to pull down someone's pants. You got to be out in the open. You have to have something to do it. Like, no, it's so ridiculous that it even came down to that argument. But it was like,
it's nice to shove up the nut first.
Maybe that guy was from San Francisco.
Maybe that kind of shit just happens all the time. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, so
no one goes around probing people out here.
Not in Massachusetts.
Well, I don't know. There is that area in Back Bay where there's a lot of people doing stuff.
Really?
You don't know about that?
No, I don't go there.
There's a reason they call it Back Bay.
I don't hang out with people that do stuff. I'm sorry. All of my friends do nothing.
I remember in high school there was they even made a reference to this in the movie Departed. But there's like I think like the marshes area in the Back Bay where like a lot of people of homosexuality, a lot of gay people like to go to have fun. And so like we walked a bunch of like friends, like I think you remember Georgette. It was me, Georgette, Jamila, and like I think someone else. We were walking through there for some reason to go somewhere else. and there was just lube and condoms everywhere. And we're just like, oh my god,
Oh.
what the fuck is going on?
Like walking through a
This is
sexual minefield.
Seriously, it really was. It was like an orgy going on outside in a marsh field. Like what? Crazy, but they did make a reference. But yeah, I mean, I think this like Dragon's Crown, for example, is another example of one of those games that got a lot of flack in the media. And Tomb Raider, because it was over-sexualized in some way. And it's like...
It wasn't. That was fucking bullshit, too.
It was bullshit. It's like, come on. Like, we can't make any content without someone bitching about it. That's essentially what it is. People will always find a reason to bitch about something, and I'm so done with it. I'm ready for it to die. Die slowly and painfully. Anyway, next topic. Don Matrick leaves Microsoft to work for Zynga.
Did you guys notice the trend on that?
Everyone jumping ship.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only that, like he left Microsoft for a company in which you literally have to be online 24/7.
Good point.
Did nobody else notice that?
I didn't notice that at all, actually.
I didn't notice that.
He left the company for an equally failing company. Yeah, more so failing company, actually. Because Zynga, for as far as I know, isn't doing very well at all.
Yeah, they laid off a bunch of people recently, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but didn't Don Matrick get
though, he was
millions to go over
he
there?
was showing off the Xbox One for the first time. He was that guy on stage. Like, that's just so weird to see him go from showing off a brand new flagship console to leaving the company entirely.
So apparently, analysts are saying that this decision was being made months before he left.
I guess.
But
I'm pretty sure, though, that where he's going is like within 100-mile radius of his hometown. I think that was a big part of why he was leaving, though.
Yeah, I think I did remember seeing something about that.
Because isn't it based up in Canada? Because I think Matrix is Canadian.
A Canadian.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Dan, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I'm paying attention.
Just making a face. I was like, what's going on over here? Okay. So, I think, what does this mean for Microsoft at this point? Like, I'm pretty sure they've had to have a lot of time to figure out what they were going to do as a replacement, but they haven't replaced the guy yet. They don't have someone in his place except for someone else who's already doing another position.
Microsoft's gaming career is basically in the shitter, if you ask me.
They can still come back. They still have certain games that are very enticing to people, and they did reverse their policy.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because of, oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Seriously, if I walk in on my wife sucking 20 dicks and she says she's sorry, I'm still not, it's still not cool. It doesn't matter.
Well played, sir.
Like, I was a huge 360 fan. I still love my 360. It's a great console. I have over 100 games over there in my man cave for the 360. I know at one point I actually sold 50 or so games just so I could buy some stuff around the house because we put in a boiler and stuff. It's like 150 games at $60 a piece, plus I bought 2 consoles. My first one still runs. I just need the upgrade for the hard drive.
Gotcha.
I mean, I gave them a lot of money, plus Xbox Live since 2007, 2006.
Wow.
I mean, I gave them thousands of dollars.
Right.
And they fucked me without lube, so. I mean, I've been on PlayStation. After we're done with the podcast, today will be my 16th day in a row. Nice. As opposed to my normal, I was log in once every 90 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think Sony have been doing such a good job with like being consistent with how they're not only presenting themselves but also providing content for consumers, and also the whole hacking thing happened, but also my account got hacked on Apple, and Ubisoft. So it's like, if we're gonna bitch about Sony getting hacked, it's like it happens to almost every company. It happened to me personally with 2 different things twice, on my Gmail and on my iTunes and on Ubisoft now. So that's 3.
The hackers are just getting better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That it is what it is. I mean, what is that? Is that going to be our biggest complaint about Sony? Oh, your console. Well, I mean, its console was fucking $600 when it first came out, so that's
yeah, but I mean, if you look at the standard Blu-ray player at that time, they were running what, $8.99?
Yeah, I guess
something like that. It was the cheapest Blu-ray player at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, it was a deal for a Blu-ray player at the very least. Plus, it's a gaming console.
Right. And it's funny because on the forums and like on comments on videos and stuff like that, like there are still some people who are just like, yeah, Xbox One is still the console I'm getting and blah blah blah. He's like, it can do more things than the PlayStation 4. I was like, hold the fuck up.
You serious?
Wait a second. So you're telling me that a system that can play PS1, 2, and 3 and 4 games through the cloud, in addition to playing all the indie stuff that's coming, in addition to playing Netflix, Hulu, all the Sports Center stuff, in addition to Crunchyroll, internet browsing, not using Bing, because who the fuck uses Bing?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah, they're putting it on over 8.5 million versions of Windows 8.1 that's coming out.
Oh, that is crazy. And I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure Skype is coming to PS4 as well, because Skype is on Vita.
It's on PSP also.
It's on PSP, so it's like I'm pretty sure it'll come to the PS4 as well. And I can switch between watching TV and playing my game console. You can already do that. It's called a remote.
Push a button.
It's a button you press. That press input 1 to 2. You just press it, and you're on TV now. You still need to have a cable box in order to use that function. It's useless.
I mean, being the big Xbox fan that I was, I see the PS4, and hate me if you want, but it's basically looking to me like the Xbox 360 version 2. I mean, some of the stuff they're doing, like even the controller with the headset jack, I hate the Bluetooth on the PlayStation 3.
They really should have had a headphone jack. I agree.
Yeah.
That was a bad move on their part.
Yeah.
And then, like, you look, they're having the cross-game party chats in the PS4 and stuff. And
I'm still flipping my shit over the fact that I can be playing my game. I have a full friends list right now, so this blows my mind because it's gonna be happening like every 5 seconds. But there's gonna be more people you can add to your friends list on both consoles. But people can join in on your online game and watch you play at any point while you're playing, as long as you let them in.
That's the thing that I'm looking forward to, because everybody plays all these popular games that I just fucking hate. See that? Like, oh, okay, who likes that game? All right, cool. Maybe I'll check it out. Word.
Exactly. It's free promotion because you'll go in and you're watching the game, but you're like, holy shit, this game looks like a lot of fun. And like you'll talk to the person because you'll have a headset included in the box. You're like, hey, when did you get this game? What do you think? Like, how long have you been playing it? What level are you on? Blah blah blah. And then you have it's such an integrated community now where it's like one of the things I love about playing online and being online on YouTube is that I get to interact with people all the time. Like I write comments on other people's videos, and like on my own videos, people write comments, and like I get to interact with people every day, and it's so cool. Like we didn't have this ability to be this integrated and this connected with people before. And now it's coming all full circle. Like now our experience playing the game, if we want it to be, can be a completely social, interactive gameplay experience. Yes. It's fucking awesome. It's so cool. Like I'm so ready for this. Did someone just send me a message? Oh. Facebook. Damn it. I gotta close Facebook. But yeah, I think I kind of got a little off topic. Oh yeah. So the Xbox One is not going to come with a bundled headset.
Fuck them.
It's going to come with a Kinect, and that's it. So here's.
Oh yeah, let me just join a party chat while I have a screaming one-year-old running around
in the background. Exactly. So not only will that 1-year-old hear all the profanity from all your friends, but all of your friends will hear all the profanity that your 1-year-old will be spewing back.
And my 1-year-old will find it fun to run around screaming Xbox off.
Xbox off! Xbox
Damn it! Oh man, the lack of a power button just blows my feeble mind. Like, how could you mess that up? That's been
how do you not
like
have a power button?
That's like a keystone for electronics for like the last 40 years. It's a power button.
That was an iconic symbol for the Xbox 360, the power button. It was an iconic symbol.
Like I understand now their vow for never getting the Red Ring of Death. It's because they don't have a fucking LED set up on their console. Like,
it'll just be the death.
Yeah, it'll just like my laptop just did. It'll just shut off and never turn back on.
Xbox, go home. You're dead. I feel bad because there is promise with this console. Like, again, I know a lot of people are saying like there's a lot of fluff with the whole cloud thing, and we don't know if that cloud really is anything that it's cracked up to be because we don't have the same capability of knowing how they're utilizing it. But Sony can do the same thing because they have Gaikai and they have online servers.
You know, I wish Jordan was in on this because he would have been able to maybe shed some light on the cloud situation, seeing that's what he does.
I talked to him a little bit, and he said that it doesn't. It from what he understands within the industry. I'm not going to speak for him, so when he gets on, I'll let him say. But if I remember correctly, he said that the power of the cloud, when it comes to like stuff that is latency dependent, isn't very good because it has to. I mean, you think about it. It has to go from your console through the internet service to the cloud, and then from the cloud processed, and then come back to you, all within a millisecond of time.
Yeah.
So what they would have to do is they can't do any like physics, actual degradation of like physics models and stuff like that. They can't do any of that because that's all instant stuff that has to happen through like the front end processing. But I think they can do like some background like AI manipulation and stuff like that, and like setting AI parameters for things and using certain resources like that for the cloud. But until we see it in action, we don't really know what that's going to look like, and we don't know what the developer support is for the Xbox One for real because Sony apparently has even more up their sleeve for GDC, Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I was reading Xbox does as well. They have all those exclusives. I think there's 7 missing so far, from what I've read.
Very interesting.
I'm just kind of bummed missing Dead Rising 3. Like, I'm really hoping, like, it's like what you were saying, Will, it's maybe a timed exclusive.
Yeah, so, I would love for it to be timed exclusive, but I think I read some more articles, and they were, like, talking about how Microsoft bought the rights out to it, but we don't know specifically if that was, again, time exclusive rights or if that was overall rights.
Yeah, maybe Sony will give me a hug someday and hand me a copy.
I want Monster Hunter on PS4.
Yeah, it was on PS2.
It was.
I think, the first 2 games were, actually.
Dan, what the fuck? What's going on with Nintendo?
I don't know.
Dan?
I have no idea. Everything about Nintendo's fine. They feel no pressure from anything right now. They're just releasing their own games.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, do they have like an exclusive rights to Monster Hunter now or something? Like, we haven't seen a Monster Hunter game on a Sony console in a while.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really all that sure about that. I would have to do research, but I know Monster Hunter 4 is coming out soon, like this month in Japan, maybe. Yeah. So I'm not all that sure. I am not the resource to talk to at this point.
You're the Nintendo man, damn it!
What?
Never count Nintendo out.
Yeah, but
they're like that weird kid that sits in the back of class and eats glue all day. One day it's just gonna surprise you.
There's a game called I can't remember what it was fucking called. I gotta look at my text messages and see what I sent to JC Mac. But it's a game that's very similar to Monster Hunter, but it is set in Japan. And it looks so Toukiden. Toukiden.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me about that, Will.
It looks so awesome, and I am ready for this game. I want it real bad, and I have to have a Vita to play it, which sucks, but I guess that means I'll have more of a reason to buy it now. Whatever.
Did somebody just bring a lion?
The fuck was
No,
that?
that's me. I'm outside.
Oh, okay.
Motorcycle.
What'd you say, Dan?
It was a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't have a picture or anything, so it just sounded like a lion snarling or roaring or something.
Did you know roar in dinosaur language means I love you? That's a thing me and my girl have going on. We do that. We go rar instead of I love you.
You.
Yeah, we try. We try. I think she came up with that one. And then Gur means something else. I'm not going to get into that one. Anyway.
Segway.
Free games. Microsoft said free games are coming. And the games that they are bringing are Assassin's Creed and Halo 3. But I heard Halo
Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard Halo 3 is no longer coming.
But no, I think it got pushed back into August because whenever they said that it was going to be Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3, there was actually a third game which came first. And I think it's going to be that, then Assassin's Creed, then Halo 3.
Gotcha.
So I think the first was like Earth Defense Force or something.
Never heard of it. So what do you think this actually does for Microsoft at this point? Like, is this going to help? Or is this just kind of like, hey, we got free games too? Games that came out 4 years ago.
Gosh, I'm a Microsoft hater, so right now all I'm thinking is just, no. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot, and then in the face, and then in the face again. They're just pissing me off every way they can.
Like, granted, Assassin's Creed 2 was probably the best in the series. Like, that and Brotherhood. Oh, me either. But 2 and Brotherhood were probably hands down the best in the series. Mm-hmm. And Halo 3 was, 2006?
Yeah.
So that's already 7 years old. I mean...
I'm counting on my fingers. I'm just like, what? 7? 1, 2, 3? I'm just making sure I'm counting that right? Yeah, that's 7 years ago? Like, really? You can get that game for $2.
Yeah. So... yeah, the age definitely is kind of worrisome. Like, I could understand if they were releasing something that came out, like, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'd be more okay with that.
Yeah. We just got Saints Row 4, the third, for free on PlayStation Plus.
Smart move by Sony. Smart move by them, too.
Because, like, almost all the games that I have downloaded for free, like, I've been buying extra content for them. Because it's like... I might as well. I mean, like, I got this whole game for free. I might as well see what else I can put money down on.
Yeah.
And, like, all these free-to-play games, like Blacklight Retribution, for example, I have not been paying any attention to it, but I just saw, like, a developer diary for it, and it looks legitimately, like, really good. I'm just like, wow, PlanetSide 2 has been out on PC, and, like, I've been looking at gameplay of that. Like, these are both free-to-play games coming to PS4.
Pretty sweet.
I'm going to have so many things to play on this PlayStation 4. I'm not going to ever do all the other stuff I'm supposed to do in my day. Anyway, as I'm sure you guys at home can clearly see that we are excited about the PlayStation 4.
Even me.
Even the guy who came from Xbox.
even the recently divorced guy.
What was that, Yomi D?
No picture, you can clearly see we're all excited.
I am legitimately excited for the PlayStation 4.
Like I said in my Facebook status, man, the magic for gaming is back. It has been with us this whole year. The whole magical feeling that you have, like when you're a little kid and you like, you know, you open up that box and you're just like, oh my god, it's the game console I wanted this entire time. Like all the stuff that has been happening, culminating for Sony basically, and for the Nintendo has been doing a lot of interesting things too, but I've been feeling it a lot with Sony right now. Like it feels like that energy and that magic and that passion has been returned to the gaming industry, and like everyone is excited.
Yeah, I don't understand like everybody saying like console gaming's dead.
No,
like
not at all.
What do you expect? You know, it's going to slow down whenever it's been out for 8 years.
Right.
Right.
I would assume that's what would happen. I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
Anything that's been out for 8 years usually has died by then.
Yeah, like, you're not going to drive a Ford Pinto for fucking 40 years and expect it still to get the same great gas mileage and be in great shape.
Right.
It's going to slow down.
No one else is out there buying iPhone 1, so,
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
How close does this need to be for you to hear me?
I don't know. I don't understand. Put your damn headphones on. Oh, you said it doesn't work with that because, you're on boot camp, but I don't know. It's so weird. It's like, I know how laptops work, and usually it'd be able to relay the voice over to me, no problem, but like...
I have to talk like this.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
All
right. There are 2 other things in the gaming news section, but I think we should probably move on anyway. So, are there any pressing things that you guys want to talk about before we got to any of the other hot topics?
I think it might have been one of the hot topics. It was something that a Microsoft exec said. But I'm trying to remember what his words were exactly. That's why, like, I'm no longer supporting anything Microsoft does after hearing what he said.
Oh, was it, if you don't have internet, we have something, it's called the 360 console?
No, it was after that. And that was another slap to the face.
Yeah, an Xbox 360 if you don't like playing online. What?
Yeah, that had me pretty irked, too.
Yeah.
It was some Microsoft guy that said that he was disappointed that not only Sony released their statistics, but that people were taking them to heart because to most people, they don't make any sense. Most people don't know what they're looking at. Most people don't know the difference in RAM type, and also most people don't care. And to me, like, fuck you, sir. Fuck you very much. Because I do my fucking best to know not only which one's more powerful and more capable, but also more cost-effective, comparing $399 to $499, and what I get with that. What kind of gaming experience am I going to get? What's it capable of producing on a platform? That's what I love knowing. And the fact that he only said it doesn't matter and I don't know what I'm talking about or what the difference is, fuck you, sir. Fuck you. You will not see a dime from me now. That had me so irate this week.
I think another thing that he said, too, was that, I don't know if it was the same person, but he was like, yeah, the differences between the RAM isn't going to be really that evident to the average person. Or the differences between the console's performance won't be that different. Like, what you're seeing on paper isn't what you'll see in actuality. I was like, you can't speak for developers. Like, they'll be able to take advantage of whatever they have, depending on what resources they have. Like, don't speak for developers.
Especially when we have games in the current generation, like Uncharted, that can't be played on a 360. It's just not possible. You can't do it.
Right.
Oh, those games are so good.
Yeah, you've been playing Uncharted now. Oh.
Yeah. Ever since I made my jump into the open arms of Sony, I started playing Uncharted and all the other great exclusives.
It's a good thing.
I know. It is. It's like, not only is like every Sony person I've known been like very opening, they've been giving me a little bit of a reach around every time I mention a game I play.
You've been playing Little Big Planet too, haven't you?
Yeah, I was playing last night with my wife. She loves Little Big Planet.
It's awesome. I tell you, was it you who was asking what games to play with the wife on PlayStation, or was it someone else?
It wasn't me.
I think it was someone else. But yeah, like that's like the perfect game to play with your significant
other.
Yeah,
she loved those games.
Yeah, Rayman Origins is another great game to play with a significant other.
Yeah, we played that on Xbox. I remember playing that with her too because we got to the last level. Like, did you ever beat that game?
No, I'm actually like on the last levels. I think I didn't beat it yet.
Oh man, like the very last level just gets utterly insane.
Really?
And then she got frustrated and quit. I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep going. And so I got to the very end of the very last level. She joined in and took all the credit. Damn it. No, that was a fun game, though. I'm really excited for the new Rayman.
Yeah, it was going to be a Wii U exclusive, and now it's coming to the other consoles.
Yeah, I feel for the Nintendo fans on that, because it got delayed.
Yeah.
Like, they should have had that, a month or so ago?
Probably 2 months ago.
I think in March, actually.
Yeah, something like that.
So, I don't know. I feel bad about that. Like, I think they should get some kind of compensation for that. You know what I mean? It's like all of us going out for ice cream and I lick everybody's cones before I give it to you. It's just, I don't know. I thought that's kind of dick.
Yeah, totally was. And then I want Bayonetta 2 so bad.
Yeah.
I wish that was coming to PS4, but it's a Wii U exclusive, which is understandable. It's fine.
I just want Dead Rising 3, man.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Dead Rising 3
so
is good.
Well, I'll give one. If it never sees the light of day on the PS4, I still like and want to play Titanfall. It still looks really cool.
I'm going to play it on PC because I have a computer that's very capable of playing PC games. I have not been playing PC games on, so I'm going to get Titanfall on PC just so I can play that because it looks really cool.
Titanfall does look awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so while we're on the Xbox subject again, I think you guys already answered this question, but they did change their stance on Xbox. They did a 180. They said that they're going back on what they were saying before, and like all that shit. They said like, oh, we can't just switch a button and make the Xbox One not always on, and then they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just point out the blatant flaw in this. This is a day one patch.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't that mean that technically you have to have internet?
Yep. You have to have internet to still play it.
You have to have access to at least one internet point once when setting up your console. Yep. That's it. Which is like that fine print in there.
Yeah, if like I still lived out in the middle of nowhere with my parents, I would have to drive like a half hour to a friend's house. Because like my parents live like way out in the middle of the woods. Like they have to drive like half an hour to get gas and bread. So like if I still lived with them, like I was 15 years old living with them, and the Xbox One came out, I would have to hitch a ride just to download a patch.
We don't know how big the patch is, so it could take an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's... What the fuck? Why can't they just upload that on the hard drives, you know? It doesn't...
They probably already started manufacturing them. They're just like, oh, well, we're fucked. What do we do? What do we do?
Like I said, man, 20 dicks. Just no apology.
20 dicks. Get them here first, folks.
This is like the most bitter divorce of my life is with Xbox.
I hope I never go through divorce in any way, ever.
It's like I said, man, I canceled my Xbox Live and I haven't touched it. Today will be 16 days.
That's legit. And I know a lot of people were attached to their Xbox Live accounts because, one, they had a gamer score on Xbox, and because it came out before the PS3, it's like that was what they were building up.
I am 800 points away from 100,000 achievement points.
Shit.
I mean, that's like equivalent to almost 10,000 trophies, roughly.
Damn.
I know.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So, what do you think we'll ever stop getting crap for games? Like Ride to Hell Retribution, for example. I have seen the gameplay and I've heard reviews and seen what this game looks like, and it is just so bad. So bad. And The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, another example of a game that is just so bad. Like, how could this game even make it past testing?
You know, I actually kind of had some fun with Survival Instinct.
Well, you had fun probably laughing at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, all right, I'll let you guys in on a little secret on Survival Instinct, all right? If you are surrounded by 20 zombies, if you jump on top of something, like a chair, they cannot hurt you, and you can hurt them.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a flaw.
A little bit. A little bit.
That is insane. Like, I saw a gameplay of just like with someone who was they were just going back and forth between like just one pillar, and the zombies were just going around the entire like back part of a it was like cinder blocks, not cinder blocks. It was like a roadblock setup, and they were going around the entire thing every time he just jumped over. And so, like, they could have just cut him off, but they were just all just going around the other way. Each time he just jumped over. Like, I think I had it on my Facebook page. There was a montage of just, like, all the horrible shit in that game. I was just like, there was no way they thought they could get money out of this. Like, they lost money just by putting this out.
Yeah. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was worth, like a rental, but...
I'm sorry, I wouldn't have even rented that game. Like, watching the gameplay is just enough for me to understand that it's funny to watch it. That's it.
Like, there's some B-side titles, which are, they're kind of really glitchy at points and not well thought out, and I really liked them. Like, Venetica was a good one. So is Nier.
Oh, okay, I heard about that one. That was pretty decent. I mean, way more decent than fucking Survival Instinct, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like, it's not like a AAA title or anything, but it was still really good. I mean, there are some out there which lack a lot of polish, but are still really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think a game has to be AAA in order to be acceptable or even good. It's just when they're that bad, it's evident that it is a bad game. The same thing with Ride to Hell Retribution. It is clear that the game is not good.
I think they're just looking for a market.
Looking for
what? I don't think I'll just stop getting bad games because like people have bad ideas and ideas can eventually become video games.
Yeah.
Like kind of keep that in mind as far as video games are going. Like how many of you are really like that fascinated with motorcycles and Harley Davidsons and really want to play a racing video game about it?
If the game is good, I will play it.
Yeah, dude, I love riding motorcycles. It's great.
Yeah, but like as like a popular video game franchise that might, become like a serious racing title, would you really invest that much into it? Like,
if it's a $60 game, no. If it's an indie developed title, if it's like $15 on PlayStation Network, I would totally get into it because the risk is so low, first of all, and second of all, like if the game is done well, with the cost being that low, then it's like, what do you have to lose?
Okay.
Well, you said it right there. Like, that's why we're going to continue to have crap games. Like, we're going to always see something that just sucks. And as long as we have consoles or PCs, phones, tablets, there's going to be a shit ton of shitty games. I think there always will be.
But I think the biggest setback to that is it's a full price game. Isn't it? It's a full price game, right?
Yeah, that was dumb. Yeah, I mean, if it is, that's stupid. Because that's dumb. No, you can't.
Holy shit. PlayStation 4 is getting indie developers, so does that mean Super Meat Boy is going to be porting over to PlayStation 4?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I know that's a complete change of topic, but...
No, that's completely fine.
You're talking about, like, indie developers and, like, pushing their games and stuff, some shit and stuff. If it comes to PlayStation 4, you guys have to download it.
What is Super Meat Boy? I've never heard of that. Like I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
It's a platforming game. And it is like the most frustrating thing you could ever play, but it is so much fun.
Why would I want to do that?
It's awesome, dude. He plays like he looks like a big hunk of meat, but like from what I read, he's supposed to be like a skin child. That's Super Meat Boy. And you're rescuing
child?
Yeah. And you're rescuing your girlfriend, Pinky, from the evil Dr. Fetus.
What the fuck?
I know, it's so out there. Dude, this game is so fun and addicting. I mean, I think it's only like $10.
I'll look into it as soon as it's on, my console of choice. I have no problem looking into it.
It's on PC also.
I gotta install Windows on here because there's games that I could be playing. I'm just not. Like Steam has sales all the time, and it's like, I could be playing all these games. Actually,
if you go, what's that website? Newgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
It started there, so you could play it's like the really, really early beta version of Super Meat Boy on there.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, like a lot of the levels I didn't recognize, but you'll get the general concept.
Nice.
It's crazy though. It's crazy addicting.
I think I remember seeing someone jumping as Meat Boy, and they jumped into something and just exploded into bits.
Yeah, and like the best part is like whenever you beat the level, instead of just going on to the next, it'll show you like a replay, but it's just one replay of all of your characters. So like from the start, like just like hundreds of Meat Boys could jump out, and like you just watch them all like explode as like this one lone Meat Boy makes it to the end. So I always thought that was a really cool feature. Like it's dumb as hell. Yeah. It's really entertaining.
I'm all for it. Hey man, I love Saints Row 3, so that game was dumb as fuck, but it's awesome. What other game allows you to play with your girlfriend, jump off of buildings naked, and then parachute onto a car and get into the car and run over hookers? I'm just saying. I don't know any other games out there like that. I'm all for it.
Sounds glorious.
It is awesome. It has co-op.
I gotta start playing that more.
It's so good.
You have to join PSN and download it.
Yeah, seriously. So I had a discussion with JC Mack, actually. I was texting him like when I was at work. I was like, yeah, man, like what's going on with the whole like co-op scene? Like we're getting a lot of games that are doing like online co-op, which is really awesome. But we're also getting games that are not doing online co-op. That they're just doing they're not doing split screen co-op or co-op with like the person next to you. It's only online. Do you think this is something that will continue? Do you think we'll get more games that allow you to play with like people that are within vicinity of you? Or now that online is such a huge part of the way we game, is that kind of like going out the window?
Yeah, I think it's going out the window, not because of online capabilities, but because of hardware capabilities. Like, I think I read somewhere, like, I think it was Dead Rising 2. The reason it wasn't able to be split screened was because, like, just the sheer amount of everything that was going on and, like, hundreds of zombies per screen. It's just, like, the hardware isn't capable of doing it.
As far as that's concerned, PS3 came out with 3D glasses. Boop. And that's what they use for co-op if you have like a 3D TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
That was for a specific TV, though. It wasn't for other TVs. It was for the...
It was for one of their TVs, yeah.
But that was actually a really cool thing. Like, 'cause it was flickering both of the images at a certain frequency. So you were only seeing one of them while you have the glasses on, and then the other person was seeing the other one on the same screen.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty amazing. But you had to buy that particular TV in order to do that. So that's the one limitation with that. But it's such a great idea.
Yep.
You're fucking cool, man.
It is sad though, because I love local co-op.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife and I do it all the time.
That means two things. Yeah, I agree though. I think that's like one of the coolest. Like one of the reasons why I love Little Big Planet so much is because I can split screen with my roommate or with my friends or with my girl or something. And, Rayman Legends, you can Origins or whatever. You can do that as well. Resistance 3 allows you to do it. Call of Duty allows you to do it.
Resistance 1 and 2 also let you split screen, because I think I remember playing Resistance 1 with Jordan.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, all three did.
Yeah, I think, and Resistance is a great series, so they were able to keep a pretty high graphic fidelity while maintaining that split screen thing. So,
yeah, that's another series my wife and I got to get.
Oh, it's so good. I think three is my favorite one so far in terms of like the gameplay and like the grittiness of it. But 1, because it came out like when the PS3 first came out, it was like the go-to game that you had to get once you got a PS3.
Yeah.
So it was pretty legit. Part 2 was pretty good, but 3 was where it's at. The ending was horrible, but we're not getting into that. And so the final...
Well,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think we might see a little bit of both. I mean, we do have a lot more push for massive worlds or that online tie-in or the games that are kind of multiplayer and kind of single-player, yet they're both. Whether it's the Division or the new project by Bungie, it's escaping me. Come on.
Destiny.
Everyone's talking about. Thank you. Destiny.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
I think we'll see more of a push that way, but also because they're more powerful, because you have more indie developers getting in on this too, that we could see both. We could see more co-op games or split-screen games or more options available to you. So I think we just have to see more of it.
What blows my mind already is how much content is coming for the next gen. like all this stuff that they're announcing that's supposed to be coming soon is blowing my mind. Like a launch day, we're supposed to have like 15 games, something like that.
Yeah,
some of them will be free to play. Like 3 of them were free to play. Like what?
Yep. Yeah.
That's just crazy. I remember I was working at Circuit City.
Oh, I almost worked there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was working there whenever 360 launched. I think they only had like 4 launch titles. Like one was Call of Duty, then they had King Kong.
Yep.
And
Cameo. Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That may be it.
And everyone still wanted the 360 though. It's like, oh my god, it's the 360. The smoke effects look so good. And like looking back at that Call of Duty 2 that came out, or 3 that came out on Xbox 360, that was horrible.
Oh, actually, I remember back to working at Circuit City. We actually had the PlayStation 2 and the 360 set up, both of them playing Call of Duty 3 at the same time. Mm-hmm. You could actually tell a pretty good difference between the two of them.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. But even then, like,
it's still sucked compared to
now,
what 360 was capable of.
Yeah, and so that's another thing that blows my mind too, is that like the stuff we're seeing early on, either the developers are really talented, or like this is just only scratching the surface of what we're going to see.
Yeah, it's only the tip of the iceberg, what we're going to see.
That blows my mind. It's like with each iteration of each game, they learn more things of how they can implement different things. So not only do the developers get better at making the content, but they also get better at managing the way that they're delivering that content to the consoles. So now we have optimized, like The Last of Us, for example, looks like it could be a next-gen game.
Yeah, it's up there. It's cheap.
It is an insanely beautiful game. Like even the multiplayer looks better than some of the current games that we have in single player. Like it's gruesome as fuck too. Like if you get executed with a shotgun, it is like the grossest thing ever. It's just nasty. I've got executed like 3 times in one game with a shotgun. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. No mas.
Oh man, I'm gonna go play more Last of Us after I'm done with this podcast.
Oh, that sounds. I have to compile everything and get it ready to be put up, but I'm probably gonna get on The Last of Us after this.
Gosh, I might have to join you guys.
Go for it, Dave. I have a headset now.
So good.
Nice. Charge that headset. Do it.
Oh, it's been charging since I bought it yesterday.
Nice. He's ready.
I am. I'm ready to go. I'm like a drunk chick at prom. I'm just ready to get pounded. Beat my 9mm pistol.
9mm something else.
Oh, cool,
9mm wouldn't be very big, actually. That would be Last question of the podcast. Are you guys ready for this?
Yep.
Oh.
No. I'm going to ask you this question first then, Dan. Fuck you. So now that we have all these games, Metal Gear is not exclusive, Final Fantasy isn't exclusive, all these games that were once exclusive are no longer exclusive. Do you think that the idea of exclusives is dying, or is it the shift on focus on what those exclusive titles are is changing?
One word, Nintendo. Like, you're never going to see a game on PlayStation.
Yes.
So they'll probably be like in that.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Probably the only game company that keeps its exclusive flagship title, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But as far as exclusivity goes, it's just for 1, so that everybody has it, and then 2, to make money, in my opinion.
Right.
But exclusives, it won't die as long as Nintendo's alive. Period. Yeah.
That's pretty legit. I mean, Nintendo does have a pretty tight grip on its exclusive titles, like its first party and exclusive, like Zelda, Mario, Pikmin.
Everybody loves. Like, who doesn't like Zelda? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You don't like Zelda?
I haven't played a Zelda game since like a long time ago.
But you liked it when you played it, right?
I liked it.
Dude, I have a Zelda shirt on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if my laptop didn't die.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Well, you were for that first part of the podcast there, then you disappeared.
No.
But it blows my mind that Metal Gear isn't exclusive anymore. Because if it was an exclusive title, then this generation for Sony would have not only been a slaughter, it would have been worse.
Genocide.
It would have been genocide. It would have been even worse because that
was the
Metal
absolute
Gear,
destruction of a company.
Like, even if you're not a big fan of Metal Gear, like you have like that new game, the Metal Gear Phantom Pain just looks like it's gonna blow everything out the water.
Yeah, I think it looks good, and I never finished 3 and haven't even touched 4 or Revengeance.
Mm-hmm. I've definitely beaten all of those to death.
Yeah, I got a feeling after saying that if we ever meet, Will, I'm gonna get the hardest pimp slap in my life.
I feel like Pokemon X and Y are gonna sell more copies of Metal Gear.
Nah, man. I don't think so.
I actually do.
Actually, I could probably second that. I think Pokemon has just such a cult status. It's just...
All right, well...
Worldwide, too.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I think Metal Gear is going to sell more. Because it's Metal Gear.
I mean, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you have it on Xbox One and PS4, I think it'll crush it sales-wise. But I wouldn't say that it won't be close. It'll probably be close.
It'll be close. It'll be close. Everyone is excited for that game. There's not a single person I know who doesn't want to play it.
Word.
You're right.
Back to the exclusive question. I think a lot of this, like, just looking at the titles you named, I think a lot of it actually relies on age. Because if you look, like, Metal Gear's been around since, like, Nintendo. So is Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of spread out. Then, you look at other classics like Mega Man, which has been around for, like, almost, 25 years they just celebrated.
Yeah.
And it's going multi-platform. Even the collections went, like, PlayStation, like, Nintendo, Xbox. So, I think the exclusive games we have now, if they're still around in like another 10 or 15 years, like as a franchise, I think they'll be more multi-platformed, whereas the newer games are going to be finding new exclusivity.
Right.
Like Resistance, Infamous, Halo, Gears of War.
That's a good point you make, though. I think I hadn't really thought about it that way, because like, those other games, they're old as fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like...
A lot of them are looking at 25 years.
Right. Like Metal Gear, I think, is 25 years now as well. So it's like they just celebrated their anniversary not too long ago. And I think as long as there are, like, Uncharted, as long as there are games like that available on these consoles, and like as long as there is continuous Nintendo support, I think exclusive will be a big thing. And I think, especially with this indie development exclusivity going on, like the idea of what indie development means is totally different now. Like, indie development means you're just not under a publisher anymore. It doesn't mean like you made a game like Flower or you made a game like Journey. Like, it doesn't have to be a specifically artistic type of game. It can still be like a blockbuster experience, but just developed independently. And we're getting a lot of that kind of support with this next generation. So, you know, I was on the fence for a little while, but now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I think exclusivity is still in the running. It's just not as prevalent as it used to be.
Yeah, I think, and after so long, the franchises are going to have to branch out. But as new franchises emerge, they're going to be finding more exclusivity.
Right. Nice. Go ahead.
Speaking of your indie developers, this is a topic I can't believe you didn't put on the agenda. Back to Microsoft, of course. Did you all see that they lifted the $40,000 fee to patch games?
On 360.
Yep.
They didn't say for Xbox One.
Nah.
And they still...
after like 4 years, Fez is finally getting patched. Because the guy can do it for free.
And also, they still have to pay... They still have to technically sign on with a publisher, even if they're independently developing. I don't understand. You can't call your game indie if you're getting published through someone.
Yeah.
That is not independent developing. That is development. Or maybe they independently developed the game and then found a publisher after.
So what do you guys think of that, lifting the feet?
I mean, Microsoft shouldn't have had that in place in the first place because they've been fucking everyone over when it comes to that. And I don't understand why all these developers have signed on to go on a platform that charges them that much when they could just go on both PC and PS3 first, get their money from there, and then see if they should put it on Xbox. Because if I was a developer, I would have no interest in doing that. Because most of the people who I'm not gonna say everyone who buys an Xbox, but most of the people who are buying Xbox, are not buying it for the sake of playing those independent games.
No,
that's just the way it boils down to. Like a lot of like the bro gamers bought 360s, and like there's a lot of gamers who aren't bro gamers, but most of the bro gamers bought a 360 because it's like, oh, it's the Xbox, it's American, let's go buy a 360.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's like it wasn't the right platform for a lot of developers, I don't think.
See, I noticed ever since they lifted this fee, like, shit has just gone so bad on Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, like, have you heard about State of Decay? Like, they released back-to-back patches, which are just absolutely just crashing the game worse and worse. And I think it's because they lifted the fee. I mean, they're able just to push a patch out, and, you know, if there's that fee, like, fuck, you know, if I had to put out a patch and I had to pay $40,000, I'm going to be making sure the patch, you know, it works. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. And ever since they lifted the fee, it just seems like everybody's just going absolutely crazy, just trying to patch shit and making stuff. It's a wreck.
Why aren't we seeing that with Sony's console or PC?
I have no clue.
That's something that we have to kind of look into consideration because I think there's some mentality that goes on when you're developing for Xbox where it's like, oh man, like I can do this now. Like they finally lifted this thing off. Like this thing I wanted to do for so long, I can finally do. Let me just put it out real quick so that people can still play the game. And then if it doesn't work, it's like, oh shit, well what do we do? Like with us, as far as I understand, with Sony's console, there isn't that ridiculous fee you have to pay for a patch. So patches come out and generally make the game better.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're supposed to do.
Well, even Sony, I hate talking bad about them, but they released a patch not too long ago, another system update.
4.5.
Yep,
that's wrecked a lot of consoles. Yeah, so
they released a statement on how to fix that, but like that was on Sony's end though. That wasn't even the developer's side. That was like Sony's internal development team.
Yeah, didn't they have to format their hard drives?
I think so, something like that.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, I think they actually they had to because they released another patch. So they
they released 4.46 like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards.
Right. They had to like turn their console off and not turn it back on and like install something onto something. I don't remember what it was, but you had to take a few steps to revert it back to where it was before. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I mean that kind of thing happens. I mean I understand.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's still an open platform, like I can expect something like that happening. Or I would be more okay with it happening with something that is a lot more open platform. I mean, it shouldn't be excusable anyway because this is a company that's been doing this for like 20 years now. Not 20 years. How long has the place? 1996, right?
Yeah, it's been close to 20 years. It's about 17 now.
Yeah, it's been almost 20 years since they've had their console out, so they should have a really tight grip on how they're rolling out this stuff. But this is a new development of like being able to patch this stuff. So I don't know.
I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, regardless, it's just
Microsoft needs to make it easier for developers to get on their platform. That's all. If they do that, they have a fighting chance with the indie crowd. But as it stands now, as an indie developer, I would not be enticed to touch an Xbox console.
No, I think they lost most of their indie devs.
Yeah.
20 dicks, man. I'm telling you.
The title of this episode will be 20 dicks.
That's how I look at it. You know?
Yeah. Totally.
20 dicks.
All right. Does anyone want to add anything else to the podcast?
Oh.
Right. I'm good.
Well, thank you guys again very much for joining in on this episode of the Black Oni Podcast. Woo!
Thank you.
I had a good time.
Yeah, thanks.
Hope you guys did too.
20 dicks.
That's a guess. Everyone at home, I hope you enjoyed watching this, listening to this while you're at work, while you're supposed to be doing other stuff aside from listening to our voices, watching us. There's going to be way more content on the channel. Going to make a shout out for Mr. Yarger. He's going to have a project coming along soon. I will be doing either a video or a shout out in one of my videos to promote that, so you guys can check out. I don't want to say too much about it now. I'll wait until you're further along in the project, but something exciting coming along there. I'm going to be uploading video montages of some sniper action on The Last of Us. Sorry, my brain farted completely. I'm going to be doing some reaction videos. Not reaction videos. God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Let's try this again. I'm going to do a montage video of me sniping motherfuckers on The Last of Us, and heads will explode, and people will die, and it's going to be glorious.
Glorious.
I'm going to do a video review of The Last of Us multiplayer so that I don't ruin anything for anyone who hasn't played the single player yet, because I want to do a review on the single player, but like there's no way I can get through that without spoiling anything or giving you any more information that hasn't already been given to you by IGN, Rev3 Games, and GameSpot. The game, it's already known that it's a must buy, so buy the game, just do it. And there's also a time lapse video coming very soon. I have to finish that illustration first, so hopefully today, if I'm not playing The Last of Us, I can finish the illustration so that I can compile the video footage of me working on it, so you'll see the time lapse and this music overlay, and it's pretty cool. But other than that, if you like the video, press the like button, subscribe, go check out Mr. Yarger's channel. He's got some gameplay footage up there.
B-Verse.
Yeah, B-Verse. He's got some like PlayStation All-Stars and Dark Souls, and what other games are you recording right now?
Well, right now we're actually working on compiling Season 2.
Nice.
So we got Minecraft, some more Forza. We have some little Big Planet coming up.
Nice.
We're also looking to diverge a little bit, do some myth hunting in games, like the whole werewolves and Red Dead, Bigfoot and GTA games, Ratman. So just kind of switched up a bit, but yeah, I mean, right now we're working on Season 2, so it's coming slowly.
There's going to be a link either in the video or in the description to go to his channel somewhere on the page. So go to that, check it out, have fun. Everyone, this is Jay Blaze. Jay Blaze out. Game on. I love you all.